at this amazing sunset on the way back to Herbertsdale. Back in Herbertsdale, there's Andre's house. This is my room in Herbertsdale. Very nice and spacious, and lots of windows, so there's plenty of light here. And check out this impressive clock against the wall. Even on my bed, there's a nice surprise. Little animal friend. There's chairs to sit down, plenty of wardrobe space. And there's even a towel set and a desk where I can do all my Zoom classes. So there you have it. That's what a South African bedroom looks like. Here you can see the view from my window in Herbertsdale. This church out here is the Dutch Reformed Church, and if you go down you can see beautiful garden plants. On this side they have a pawpaw tree as well, so they plant their own fruit and vegetables as well. Down there's a vegetable garden with their own compost. On the other side you can't see here, but they grow their own organic vegetables. So a very healthy lifestyle of this church elder, Andre, and his wife, Dani Rebecca. Here we have an old grandfather clock. This is a handmade one. I think it was Andre's son who made this as a high school project. So his final year in high school, woodwork, and he got 100% for this. Not surprising. Just listen to that. This is an old school here in Herbertsdale that they've turned into a little stall, and it's beautifully decorated. I'll walk a bit closer and you can see that beautiful painting there of a lamb, and there's a quote there as well from Psalm 23. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. So let's go to the other side here, the other side of this little stall. So it's been here since 1904, and you see on this side is beautiful protea flowers, which is of course a national flower of South Africa. And look here on the other side, it's beautiful open fields. And if I walk a little bit closer, you get a better idea of where I am. You can see there's the road signs. I'll zoom in a bit. So if you want to go to Albertinia, this is where you turn right, and we're not very far from Mossel Bay, and to the other side you get a town called Van Wyksdorp, and of course now we are in Herbertsdale. Like in most South African towns, there's a lot of churches here. This one looks like maybe an Anglican church built in 1949, and at the end of this road is the main church of Herbertsdale, the Dutch Reformed Church. You can probably see it there in the background, but I'll show you some close-up footage once I get there. Behind this barbed wire is another church in Herbertsdale, and this one is in Afrikaans, tot eer van God. It says there at the top, to the honor of God. And it was laid, this foundation stone was laid in 1872 on the 19th of May. Today this church is abandoned. It's not been in use for many years already, and you can see at the top there, it seems like a bird is nesting. So what used to be a place for people to worship is now a home for birds. There's this interesting little enterprise here called Voerkraal. Not sure what it's all about. and that's in the same street as that Dutch Reformed church. It's still a little bit far to appreciate it from here, so I'll get closer. But on the left here is another enterprise, Agri Land, so that's obviously for agriculture. And they store, I guess it's fuel over here. You can see the capacity here is quite large, 9,000 litres, 4,500. Yeah, here it says diesel. Another one that's 9,000 litres. Now, of course, compared to Hong Kong, prices are still very low in South Africa. If we look at Hong Kong, it's about double the price for diesel and petrol. Although for the locals here, they think it's a lot. And there you can hear the church bell. Every half an hour it will go once, and then every hour, if it's like 5 o'clock for example, it will chime 5 times. Yes, I was saying, for the petrol prices here, because they had an increase this month. This is April 2026. There was quite a steep increase, and they're expecting another one next month. But as I'm walking here, somewhere in this tree there's a beautiful dove singing. But of course you can't see it with a cell phone, and there's a lot of history in this place. Of course, if you've watched the previous episode I made on Herbertsdale, you know that it is actually known for witblits, which is yeah, you can see the dove. You can perhaps make out that little dot. That's the dove that was singing so beautifully earlier. But yes, I was saying about the witblits, it's a very strong liquor that they brew in this part of the world. And you can learn more about that in the other video I made. I think it's episode 12, where I made an episode featuring Herbertsdale. And yeah, we're pretty close to this Dutch Reformed church. You may even be able to tell the time. And look at that, this is the house where I'm staying. Beautiful house full of trees here in Herbertsdale. And you get a lot of birds in here as well, in this particular garden, so good timing here. So you can see all of this. And as we get closer to this Dutch Reformed church, you can see right there on the top there's a rooster with the different directions, and that's quite typical of Dutch Reformed churches. Of course, predominantly, like in most Christian countries, they observe Sunday, when actually we know that Saturday is the true Sabbath. So the owner of this house, he's actually an elder in my church. So that's where I'm staying. So he's close to church, but not the right one. And as you can see, the sun is setting. There's a bit of a fire going as well. But a glorious afternoon or evening here in Herbertsdale. And I think I want to end this segment here. And perhaps in the next one, I'll show you some more birds. You can hear some starlings having a conversation on this rooftop. I wonder what they're talking about. Look at all these beautiful sheep. There is a guest house here. This is Allo Rest accommodation. So if you're not fortunate enough, like me, staying with a local, perhaps you can try this guest house. Just look at that view of the mountain. There's a white horse here, chasing away the flies with his tail. Interesting signs. You can hear the security here. That one says, I can make the gate in 3 seconds. Can you? Beautiful morning here. There's a lot of cattle. If you look at the roads as well, it's interesting. It's not tar roads. They have these bricks that the rainwater can go through. It's a beautiful Sabbath morning here in Herbertsdale. You can hear the birds in the garden here, and it's quite a different way, quite a different experience to church. Instead of walking to the train station and taking the MTR and then walking to another station to wait for a bus, we're going to go in this car. And this is now on the way to church. You can see beautiful scenery, and it's such a different experience from standing on an overcrowded train. Go to church in the car. What a joy. You can see the road here is very clear. We're the only car on the road. It's in a way symbolic of the narrow road with few people on it. Now these hills you see a lot of aloe vera, which is something native to this part of the world. We came across some cyclists here. My mum would be very pleased because they're wearing helmets. Look at the beautiful mountain range. We're still on our way to church. It's a wonderful scenic drive.
Bankbilans met een paar nullen achterom.
Dear brother, Francois, welcome. I need to recognize you. Remember, he was here a few years back. Welcome. We're happy to have you.
Above my head, there's kudu. It's a very interesting story. This animal got stuck in a river it was trying to cross. Behind me is this beautiful painting of animals. You can see giraffes, elephants, zebra. That side you can see deer. Now, I was told there's a fifth animal. It's actually insects, if you see here. Check out also this beautiful staircase. It gives you an idea what it looks like to stay with a local family in South Africa.